Right.
Cool. So do you have up the dictionary? I can drop it too.
I have it. I have the link already on
Okay, perfect.
with the 3 pages only, right?
It's pages, what is it? 1,
2, no, 5 pages.
yeah. So should we pick like, I don't know, there's like internet randomizers. Should I just like do that? Let's see.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I'll share screen.
Okay.
Let's see, list randomizer, here we go. Cool. So let's see. We have page 1, page 2, 3, 4, and 5. And randomize. Cool, so we're doing page 4. All right, so I'm gonna share page 4. Maybe we can take like a few minutes, like until like 18, and then talk about it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So shall we write the words down?
Yeah, so we're gonna write down the words that we think are the most rigid. Yeah.
What do you think?
So we should start at the top, right? Let's see. My first word on that page was acme.
Oh yeah, the point of utmost attainment. Yeah, you're right, because there is, yeah.
So acme, I'm gonna share screen so we can see too. Let's see. Yeah, so acme was my first word.
What else have you chosen?
I chose acquit is my next word.
Acquit.
To clear of a charge. What's your first word? How did you say anything before that?
No, I actually went on the second column and I chose acute.
Acute, yeah, I chose acute too.
And then I chose adamant. So acute is sharp, is kind of precision, which can be sometimes quite rigid, and and adamant. So adamant, unyielding, right? Adamant.
Yeah, unyielding, stubborn. Yeah. Stubborn. I also choose acute and adamant. So it sounds like those are our 2 words that we can choose from. So we have adamant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and acute.
Yeah.
Acute is our word.
Acute. Okay, great.
Cute.
Good.
Right. And the definition of acute, again, I'm going to write this down. So there's a few. One is sharp, keenly perceptive. See, and is keenly perceptive, that's acute. That's acute though.
Yeah.
That's not subject to change. Like that's it's about precision, right?
Yeah, this is how I kind of see it. Yeah. It's more about precision.
Sensitive. But is being sensitive, does that mean that subject to change,
It does mean a little bit, yeah. Something around those edges, yeah, that is being sensitive.
So that there is a little bit of flex, so.
Extremely. And then, but it's strange because then it says extremely severe.
Yeah.
Sensitive, but extremely severe.
Like I feel like acute in terms of sensitivity would be like an acute, like it notices any changes, right?
So it's like hyper aware of something. So
yeah. And are those changes, if it's an internal change, I don't know if we should use acute, but if it's an external change, then acute can stand, right?
Yeah. You're right. Designate, let's see. And the 5th meaning is designating angles less than 90%. This is interesting.
Yeah.
But
then there is still a little bit of wiggle room with that, if it's less than 90.
Do you want to move on to another one? Shall we choose another one?
Yeah. Should we do adamant then?
Yeah, we should. Adamant. Let's see the meanings of adamant again.
Unyielding, stubborn.
Stubborn, yeah. Maybe this is more straightforward, yeah? So maybe it's because of its straightforwardness, maybe we can adapt it and work with it better.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, some of the other words I had picked were like acronym and like actual.
Actual, okay.
For this page as well. Yeah.
What is actual? Actual is not bad, you know?
Yeah, in existence, real. Like that's what actual means. And I think that's interesting, like, because we were talking about IRL and AFK before.
Definitely, yeah.
And then acronym is interesting too. I think it's a word formed from the initial letters of a name. So like there is like a formula, like it's very much that, and you can't like go outside of that.
Yeah.
And that might be interesting too, like as a structure.
Yeah. Which one you think it's more suitable to work with?
I mean, we can put some in the randomizer, but like we can put, what do we like? We like actual, do we like a quit and acronym?
I like actually a quit. Acronym is, yeah, I also like acronym, but it's just, acronym is a bit too abstract after all.
Which might be good though, to have an abstract, like to have these abstract ideas, you know, because then we can, I think that's the challenge, right?
Yeah, we can take up the challenge.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay, cool. Let's see. So I'm just going to enter, and maybe what we can do is put all the words in.
Yeah.
For the second round. Acquit is yes.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So acquit is our word.
Yeah.
Because we talked through acute. Okay. And acquit means officially to clear of a charge. That could be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have ideas.
To clear up a charge. Yeah.
Yeah, so we play with the flexibility of that word.
Yeah.
Cool. And try to make it flexible. Cool.
Yeah. So you have an idea of how to work with this word. I have one which I can I can share with you. I was thinking maybe after we have the word, and then try to use cutouts to read a magazine, for example, and then bring out all the words that somehow we think reflect the word that we chose, which is acquit, right? And to create some sort of instructions, some sort of actions based on those on that word. But what I guess I'm saying is that to add another layer of meaning to the word that we already chose, to put it into some context. But of course, because so we use randomizer, for example. Now we used kind of an impersonal book, which is the dictionary, and it would be interesting to use another layer now again, like another book, or to get the word into another sort of something from the outside in a way, you know.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I like that idea because then that helps also. We were like, so if we respond to the word, like, what are we going to do for the rest of it or the final form? And yeah, I like that idea of putting it in like grabbing it from another like language stock or source, you know?
Yeah.
And then we have that. And then in the future, we can like respond to it in like a performance or an art more, you know, like in a non-text way. But I like that idea of this like language being like moved around like that. But also, yeah, I think for sure it would have to be against, right? Like to bring out the full flexibility of the word, like, but what would that even mean to clear of a charge?
It would be great to actually take a break. I mean, to use 1 or 2, 3, whatever days, and to actually think about what it means for us.
Yeah.
And then maybe put some ideas on a piece of paper, and then maybe exchange them, see where we're at. What do you think? This can be, you know, a good starting point actually, because then you if I would read your ideas around this this word, I would immediately get a sense of where you are and what kind of angles you use in approaching it, and the other way around. And then that could be something already, interesting, as a base,
Yeah, I think we could totally do that. So we can pick the words, and then like over the next few days, we can meet like later this week, if that works.
Yeah, I would kind of add another kind of layer on like emerge this word into another predefinite layer with an already existing layer of things, like a book in itself again, that is, or like a magazine or a newspaper, and dig out the relationships that can be built out,
Yeah.
with that. I guess what I'm saying is just maybe, the idea of accumulation, to use the idea of accumulation of things that would bring some sort of fragile territory, in terms of what that can mean, acquitting something, somebody, or a situation. And I mean, yeah,
we can just bring a whole bunch of different
it's
things.
just, yeah, it's crazy now, because acquitting, it can also mean sanitizing.
Yeah, to hide, and then sanitize could mean, like, depending on how we're using it, to hide to like this level of opacity and transparency. Yeah.
So it can be like a word that can erase, actually, irradiate other words, and kind of eat them up in a way. And so it can be also destructive in a sense. But you were saying, Sydney, at some point, that you want to go against, or to think of the term in relationship to the idea of flexibility. Am I right?
Yeah, and I think what you said about accumulation is touching upon that, like this idea that this word, like, we don't want, I think something to avoid is for us to just like act out that word, of course, or something. And just like this idea of going against, like, not an antonym, like not the opposite, but this idea of like it's the like gray part of the word, like, so maybe the opposite of like to clear a charge would be to like implicate somebody, so that's not it. It would be like, the hazy nuance, like, you didn't do it, like that kind of thing, like to clear of a charge. It's like, it's not really clear, like it's kind of dirty, there's like leftover like shit hanging in the air with that. I think that is more, like, so not an antonym, but like the nuance of the word, like in cases where people are acquitted and they, I'm just thinking like OJ, because, Johnny Cochran with if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit, which ties in well to this project because Kardashian, but yeah, and like, that's like one of those weird areas. It's like, okay, cool, like you're cleared of the charge, but also, are you really, and so like those weird places where it's like,
and it has a lot to do with hierarchies as well, and to state power and personal power and subjective power. And it's quite interesting if you think of it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's I'm really curious to see what we can get out of this, now.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah.